Well, it's going to be very shortly. I just have been able to be in touch with some military sources here in Paris. They are coordinating this extremely rare and huge operation of evacuation. We're talking about 850 or so French nationals, and all together with this plane evacuations, a total of 1,500 people. So it's a good start imminently, shortly, and it has been agreed by the junta to open the airspace, because I recall that since the 26th of July, since the coup, all the borders, land borders and air borders are closed. So it is a very big operation organized by France. The plane should land and take off from the civilian, the normal airport in Niamey. So we're talking about the huge contingent of people. We are just evacuating Niger. It looks like the situation here, it's on the ground, is very volatile and unbearable for many people who have been living in this African country. But it's also a very strong statement from Paris. Whatever the consequence of it, it means that now we are putting a lot of pressure on the junta to obey, or I mean to accept all the sanctions, all the pressure by international community, by the international community, which have been made on them. So it's a key development, and it looks like the crisis is just deepening as we speak.
So these evacuations will take place with the military juntas in Burkina Faso and Mali warning that any military intervention in Niger to restore the deposed leader, Mohamed Bazoum, the president, would be considered a declaration of war against their two countries. Guinea also signalling similar intentions. What's at stake here, Cyril, in terms of this coup?
Well, it's a very unexpected development coming from, we could call that a Sahelian front, a military front trying to protect the junta, the new junta in Niger. We're just talking about this ultimatum given by the ECOWAS, the West African leaders, nations front bloc, and who declared the last summit on Sunday that they were putting very heavy sanctions, closing borders, imposing a variety of sanctions, but moreover giving a 6-7 days ultimatum for the military in Niger to go back to the military, to the barracks, and to restore the actual President Mohamed Bazoum, which is still, by the way, taken hostage by the military. So we have this ultimatum, and the ECOWAS, it's a very strong and rare statement. Claim that military intervention, it's a possibility. So we have this momentum, this huge pressure, and it looks like on the West African front, we're talking about Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea, which are military junta. They took over power recently in the past 2 years, are just saying, we're going to, if there is this kind of military pressure, we will go militarily, I quote them, to defend Niger. So it's a very important and quite historical development. It looks like we have two fronts, the democratic front, including the European and Western partners, and some African partners, and the other front, the Sahelian front of putschists, of military junta. We are just exchanging some very strong words, and so we can see there a very big escalation in this part of the world.